Hello everybody and welcome back to Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say, because I'm very smart. Last time we saw Shinku's tape. I wonder who we're gonna see next. Oh yeah, also Lyra, like, told Shinku to kill her. It's so quiet. I woke up the next morning. Last night was mostly a blur. I remember I had helped Lyra get back to her cell after everything, but I couldn't recall how long she'd been in mine for. I just remember a lot of crying, a lot of raw emotions, and a lot of realizations. But despite my sleep deprivation and hunger, I knew I'd been assigned to do breakfast this morning and had to get up early. I made my way to the canteen. It wasn't as odd for the prison to be this quiet these days, but it was still a little eerie having the halls be this empty. Things just felt different this morning. No sign of Ismena yet. I should probably make a start on my own. Everyone will want breakfast sooner rather than later. I took a sigh and looked at the instructions Dr. Elias had left, turning the stove on and beginning to boil a vat of water. Guess that was one way to make what we were having feel more filling. I knew I should be prepping the ingredients, but standing there watching the water boil was oddly engrossing. It also reminded me of the last time I properly cooked. Back then there was so much noise and life surrounding me compared to this quiet, cold morning. I missed it. How much color life had then. How loud life was then. But I suppose the peace and quiet was more conductive for reflection. For that I should be grateful, but...
Well, it can be your reward for helping me.
Oh, dear.
Don't be rude about it, Shinku. This is practically our child.
Say, Shinku.
Shinky Poo.
I could hear them as close as ever. Even now.
Shinku.
It's almost like they were...
Shishi, come on.
I looked up from the pot and... Hey, you aren't real.
Come on, come on. Quickly, Shinky Poo.
Huh?
Come on. Don't get left behind, silly.
Keep up, keep up.
They'd already run past me, giggling and full of life, rushing past before I even got an opportunity to stop them.
It would be pretty embarrassing to lose a tag. You've got this.
I don't like
We'll see
this.
you on the other side, Shinku.
I do like this, but like this is worrying me. They continued running into the inky darkness. I wasn't certain from what, but I got my answer when I turned and saw her there.
Tag and you're it.
Oh, I should start running in quick. Huh. Chapter 6.5. Where the hell am I supposed to be going? Down? Oh, there's a door there. Okay. I quickly ran into the room, shutting the door behind me as I did. But as soon as I tumbled through, I felt myself falling deeper and deeper and deeper down. And it all went black.
Hey, Shinku. Can we talk?
No.
You know, when I told you everything earlier, I thought it was because maybe you were actually interested. That you were willing to listen for once. I just wish you listened to the parts that mattered.
Oh dear. I felt something warm, something comforting. A hand on my cheek, thin tendrils smothering my skin. For a moment, I felt like I could stay there forever. The previous adrenaline from the game had gone. I felt at peace. I felt I was somewhere far quieter, and yet, when I opened my eyes to the tranquility, I was met with surprise. Hi!
Huh?
Shinku! Shinku, you made it! Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried for you.
What's...
Shh. Don't you worry one bit now. You're safe here. They can't get you here.
Where is this place?
You're so silly. This place is more than you could ever know. And yet you can't even recognize it. This is the deepest part of your mind. The part you're not even aware of. The place before conscious thought. If your cerebellum is the part of your brain that dictates your actions and movements, then this is the space before it. The space that drives it. Your antebellum.
Oh.
In this space, you've erased all positive
No credits, I
attributes
guess.
you may have had. You've simplified your connections down to basic digestible emotions. So your guilt cannot get you here.
But that can't be good.
Here, let me help you up.
We're so excited to finally have you here.
The chew lifted me up into the quiet, inky black space around me. The stillness of everything was oddly soothing. It reminded me of a simpler time, a simpler place. Oh, hi Akari. I think that's Akari. No, that's
Here,
Takiko.
you don't have to worry one bit.
My bad, that's Takiko.
You can just take it easy. We're here for you now.
I'm just used to seeing Akari in Shinto's subconscious. But I heard a faint crackling behind me as they guided me forward. I couldn't help but look back. And what I saw horrified me.
What's happening to her?
Ah, well...
She's not important. Don't concern yourself with silly, difficult little things like her.
But she's hurting. She's just stuck there like that, suffering. That's not...
She's met with a terrible, terrible fate.
We ourselves could have faced the same fate. We were equally deserving of it. But your biases and perceptions saved us from it. For that, I'm forever grateful. Your empathy and understanding freed us from becoming such a horrible eternal memory, forced to always be condemned.
I did that to her?
Oh, don't beat yourself up, Shinku. You shouldn't be ashamed at all. It's only natural to have your own little biases. It's human. It's easier to remember her like this. It makes things far, far less complicated.
And isn't that what you want?
Something simple,
Something easy to understand,
something comforting.
with no rough edges, or conflicts, or anything. Come with us, Shinku.
No.
Let's rest.
No! I can't just leave her like this. She's hurting.
Despite the tempting comfort and warmth of the quiet simplicity, I found myself breaking free of their grasp and running towards the horrible noise of her burning. Well, what she had done was awful. She had suffered she had suffered enough in life. Her situation was far more complicated than simply either being perfect or a witch that deserved to suffer for eternity. I couldn't keep perpetuating her condemnation just to make my own emotions and thoughts easier to process. But people were not that simple. Life was not that simple. And if I kept on shoving people in the boxes of good and bad, and how could I ever begin to understand them? How could they ever begin to understand me? How could we ever stop feeling this horrible loneliness?
I'm sorry. You don't deserve all this. So even if it's far too late, let me free you now. Let me at least do that for you.
I reached my hand through the flames, wincing at the pain of it all. But I endured and pushed through, zipping off the ropes that bound her and pulling her out of the blazing fire, freeing her from the fate I'd condemned Takiko to in my mind. And as I did that, the awful, terrible, eternal fate I'd condemned her to shattered all around me. And when I had completely detached her from that, freed her from that, I was met with a harrowing reflection of the foolish reality behind my biases, the ones I'd let engulf and drown her. The root of all that pain, all that condemnation. The barrier that had stopped me from ever fully understanding Takiko. And the reality that I'd never tried to ever really understand you either, Akari. Voice obtained. Okay. Shinko? Shinko? Ugh. Found myself snapping back into reality at the sound of Ismene's voice. I blinked and looked up at her. She seemed shocked. Shocked. Did I say shocked or shock? Is something the matter? Shinko, you're... I paused and looked down at my reflection. There were tears running down my face. No matter what I did, I couldn't stop them. I just kept crying. After a moment, I looked up at Ismene to speak, but only 2 words came out of my mouth. I'm sorry. The cooking session with Ismene was about as tense as Dude imagined it to be. I kept trying to speak to her, but the words wouldn't quite come out. But I think she was a little worried for me, despite everything. Why does Shinku just zone out like that? Is he stupid? You don't zone out ever? Soon enough, everyone arrived and enjoyed their rather small breakfasts, as we all settled down for Dr. Elias to make her 3rd decision. Well, thank you for making breakfast. I appreciate your continued collaboration. Let's just hope whatever they throw us today isn't some shit that's gonna make living here a living hell. Dealing with the food being gone is more than enough. I don't want any more shitty chores on my plate. Said chores are what we are going to... Said chores are what we are going to sustain our lives for as long as possible. Well, it wouldn't hurt to have a little more choice in them. I almost forgot. Here's our compensation for yesterday. Dr. Elias passed around small tablets. Iron tablets. It's not much, but it should help with your fatigue a bit. What kind of shitty reward is this? At least it's practical. I was probably anemic before we even started cutting down on the portion sizes. Don't know how much this is really going to help. Well, if you have any suggestions for rewards you'd prefer in the future, then you're more than welcome to inform me. No one had a chance to speak up before the cat and Fu wandered into the room. Good morning once again. How are we all doing today? Good, hmm? Feeling about as good as your ex-wife did on your wedding night. So a mix of abject horror, embarrassment, and a metric fuck ton of regret. Not the biggest fans of food today, are we? The fuck do you think? Well, like me or not, you're stuck here. You're stuck with this charming, timeless face for the rest of your stay here. No need to keep piling on the conditions. That alone is enough of a motive. Guess you're right. People have killed for less, right, Alara? Just tell us what the options are today. Very well. So quick to get down to business. I love it. So detached. Today you've got 2 wonderful options. Until the next murder, you can either choose to completely shut off the laundry room, or to completely shut off the shower blocks. Well, that's an easy decision, isn't? Well, that's an easy decision, isn't it? Sure, it sucks not having clean clothes, but if we shut off the shower block, then where are we all gonna go? It seems simple on paper, but shutting off the washing room means shutting off the incinerator, doesn't it? Wouldn't that be a good thing? Less places to discard evidence, at the very least. Besides, I hated being in that room after what I'd done. Yeah, but no incinerator means nowhere to dispose of the trash. Garbage is gonna pile up before we know it. But we can still find ways to dispose of it, can't we? Exactly. You were able to start that campfire in the courtyard, were you not? With a bit of work, we could likely use that to dispose of certain things. It won't make the courtyard the most pleasant place to be, but the shower block is more necessary overall. I guess we could always hand wash our clothes. So you're choosing to shut off the laundry room? Yes, it appears to be the most sensible option here. And then that's that. No more laundry room. Ta-da! You're making these decisions pretty quick. I'm almost impressed. The last three have seemed fairly sensible to me. It's good to see someone so confident in their decisions, but I guess it's no surprise. You're real good at making split-second decisions in the moment. Fu smiled at Dr. Elias warmly before approaching the door with Mononeko, humming to himself under his breath. Have fun with your labor, kids. I'll see you here again at the same time tomorrow. Try to wake up on time. I don't know about you all, but the limited portions are sure making me tired. I wonder how long you can all keep this up. Oh well, guess only time will tell. Fu let out a small chuckle and left with the cat. What is his problem? He's so weird. Just try to ignore him. He's intentionally trying to provoke you. Nothing he has to say holds any weight. Now, let's get on with delegating tasks for the day. Firstly, me and St. Teal were not able to complete all our preservation tasks yesterday, so I'll be continuing trying to preserve our fresh foods today, and potentially trying to see what we can make with the flour that was grinded yesterday. Sorry there isn't that much. That's fine, we can attempt to grind some more another day. Chital, if you could accompany me in the preservation efforts today, that would be appreciated. Aye, aye, Captain. Let's jam that shit, or freeze it, or whatever. Seriously, Saint Hill, you'll be maintaining the crops in the courtyard today. Again. In all due respect, yesterday I was preserving yesterday as well. Preserving yesterday as well. If you repeat a task, you can more easily demonstrate to the other person in your pair how to complete it successfully and efficiently. And quite frankly, I'm not certain if the maintenance was particularly high quality yesterday, considering what I've heard of you and Elias. Disagreements, let's just say. Not my fault she was being a huge bit. Asuka snapped their gaze over to Ezekiel almost immediately. Bit unreasonable. There, was that so hard? Yes. Oh, really? I was the unreasonable one? Laura, in all due respect, I think I had every right to say what I did with how he's been acting. I'm electing to not get involved here. Regardless, trust that you two will not be partnered together in the foreseeable future if it will impede on our collective survival. Then who am I working with? Dr. Elias paused, waiting for Ezekiel to figure it out through the process of elimination. No. I cautiously put my hand up to wave a little. Hey! Just as I thought this day couldn't get any worse. I feel like I'm about to become homophobic. Oh! Dr. Elias originally planned on delegating us both to more flour grinding, but given the closure of the laundry room, she selected a different task for us instead, hoping to see how feasible it was to do by hand. And that's how I ended up on the floor of the shower block scrubbing clothes with Ezekiel Elias. Hey, we're gonna get this scene. This is in the trailer. This is fucking ridiculous. I shouldn't have to do this shit. Even if you don't like Dr. Elias, this is all for our collective survival. Fuck, I didn't mean to press that yet. Yeah, that's all well and good for you to say, but it's not just that. It's this whole thing, this whole prison. I don't deserve to be here in the first place. I don't deserve to have to deal with all this interpersonal bullshit. I shouldn't be here stuck doing labor. You and Saint Hill both, huh? The two of you are getting a little extreme about it. Can you blame us? If you got lumped in torture, murder, we want to kill you prison for no good reason at all, too. I think you'd be pretty pissed yourself. I don't think they're so convinced you also don't deserve to be here. For God's sake, not this again. Didn't we already do this last night? Everyone keeps getting on my ass for the last few days, acting like everything I'm doing is so wrong. They're randomly all this and all of a sudden, and I'm tired of it. It's pissing me the hell off. Is that really what you learned from your verdict? I don't need a bunch of psychos to tell me I didn't do jack shit. I already knew that. I knew from day one I was in here for some bullshit reason. Well, I guess they're not complete psychos if they realize what I did wasn't a fucking crime. I'm not going to argue here. I just shut my mouth and returned to the hand washing. Then again, I mean, some of their voting decisions in the past have been a bit weird, I guess. You guess. Well, I don't even need to say why Isabel's verdict is fucking deranged. She killed someone. She showed no remorse and she also got worthy. I mean, you did also get people killed herself. Yeah, it's different. I'm not on the same level as her or anything like that. It's fucking weird she got the same verdict I did. What she did was worse. Mine's more like Takiko's or whatever. Like, can you really hold someone responsible for getting someone killed if you didn't directly kill them or whatever? Kind of. I do think Takiko holds more responsibility in her crime than Ezekiel does. Again, because the difference between one person and an entire fan base is so massive when when doing harassment. Well, they did, didn't they? Huh? She got corrupt. So I guess what you did wasn't all that justifiable. Then, what makes me any different? I suppose it's more about intent. Guys have different situations at the end of the day. Did you even realize what you were doing? I did, yeah. Guess I didn't really care in the moment if they died. I didn't know them personally, I wasn't attached. I liked it. Being on top, I mean. Especially after a life of being beaten down, forced to be the little guy, belittled and broken at any opportunity. It felt good to be untouchable. Untouchable? If you ask me, he was one of the most fragile people I knew. Yeah, someone where no one can hurt you. If everyone thinks you're the strongest, someone will bother messing with you. No one will question you if you're the big man on top. No one will bother getting close enough to you to eventually hurt you. I couldn't believe I was doing this for Ezekiel Elias of all people, but I thought I could test my luck, even just a little bit. But if it felt so good, why did you keep going? You knew it would kill you eventually if you kept up at the rate you did. If life was so enjoyable, then why were you so willing to throw it away like that? I don't know. It's fucking awesome. Should have felt great. I should have. I think you do know. Just, I guess, even if it felt good in the moment, the world was still as fucked up as it always was. If I stopped, I'd just get eaten alive again. I'd get totally forgotten and thrown down to the wayside. So that's why I had to continue. But even you're not that stupid. You had Asuka, Lyra, and Ismene practically screaming it in your ear. If you keep on this power trip, you're just going to push away everyone you do care about. Bunch of posers. If they can't handle me then, that's on them. It's better to be alone than left in the end as far as I'm concerned. That shit's for cowards. Ezekiel, why do you think they can't handle it? Really think about it. I don't want to. I shouldn't have to suddenly change the way I've lived half my life when there's clearly nothing wrong with it. I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed the shirt Ezekiel was scrubbing to pull him closer to me, forcing him to look at me. Ezekiel, if you do not get your act together before it's too late, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. You want to say that. Exactly. You do not want to end up like me. Trust me. Are you so up in your head about being the biggest man that you only hear it from another guy, even from one as pathetic as me? I cannot believe for one moment that I'm trying to help someone like you, but if you're not going to take it from me, take it from Asuka. You don't want to end up pushing away the last people you have left, or regret all the time you spent putting people you care about through pain just to protect your ego. Especially if they're gone before you have a chance to make it right. So if you're going to think about anything in your life, think about this. I don't want to. Why not? Are you that much of a coward? Yes. Yes, I am, okay? You happy? You win. You all win. Whip-de-fucking-do. You can all celebrate. You can all knock me down just like you've always done, huh? God, Second all big and strong, but in the end I'm too much of a coward to even get the guts to kill myself. Do you think this makes me happy? It doesn't. None of this shit makes me happy, but I can't think about it too hard. Because if it's all pointless, if it's all just protect my fragile fucking ego, then they all died for nothing. And I was just helping repeat the same goddamn cycle that made my life so hellish as a kid. I loosened my grip on Ezekiel's shirt, letting him fall back, just sitting there and talking to himself. His breath was heavy. God, what was I even chasing in the first place? How the hell did I get worthy? Is it seriously that normal that no one can see a problem with it? Yeah, I feel like none of the prisoners understand what the votes mean. Worthy doesn't mean you're good. It's worthy for redemption, not you are redeemed. Before I could say anything, Ezekiel looked at me with an expression I'd never seen him make before. Pure, unfiltered shock. Shinku, what the hell's wrong with the world? With these people? Well, they are tuning in to watch a death stream, so okay, now's not the time to play smartass. But no outside person's view should dictate how you behave or act. Whether it be the audience or the industry, if seeing Taka didn't get that through to your head already, you should be living for yourself to meet your own expectations. Only you can decide how you want to live. If you ask me, I think it would be pretty stupid if you couldn't think for yourself and only followed how other people told you to act. It really pisses me off when you of all people make good points. You just need to get out of here, pronto. You can't just wait around for a rescue party that's obviously not coming at this point. But the wash, fuck the wash and it can wait. I know you're more than happy playing teacher's pet and barking at Alicia's every demand, but I'm not. We're gonna stand up and do shit for once, something actually good. You coming or not? What are you even planning on doing? It's all well and good to say you want to act, but realistically, what can we do here? Ever wonder what Fu spends his days doing now? What do you mean? He just seems to be wandering about and fucking around. All he seems to spend his time doing is finding us alone and occasionally to fuck with us. Holy shit, we're getting fucking Ezekiel and Shinku being nice to each other? Being cordial? I like this. Oh no. This means Ezekiel can be the victim now. He's not gonna be antagonistic towards Shinku, he can be the victim. I'm scared, guys. I want to figure out what he's doing when he's not just coming up to us to be a little shit. I mean, surely if he does have a hand in this, then he can't be in the main part of the prison constantly. There must be somewhere he uses as a base of operations. Exactly. There must be some way to access it from inside the prison. So if you can figure out where the hell that is, we might be able to start actually doing shit to get out. It's risky, but if we follow him around, we might be able to see if he goes anywhere. Excuse me. Right. So, you coming or not? I really don't want to get in trouble with Dr. Elias. I'm concerned about her seeing us as intentionally going against her, and do you want to let the people you do still care about die in a shithole like this? Or do you want to stand up and do something to help potentially make steps towards getting out, Sam. Even if you fucked things up with Isabel for the rest of your life, it would be a damn shame if you couldn't at least get her out of here. You owe her that. You owe David that, if he even deserves it. Him and Asuka really were rubbing off on one another. We could always wait until later. No way, he knows we're all preoccupied right now, so if he's gonna use any hidden doors he might have or whatever, it'll be now. I suppose if Dr. Elias' end goal is getting us all out alive, he won't be too upset if we do something to try and find an escape. Exactly. You were getting it. Come on, we don't want to lose our opportunity here. I still felt a little uneasy about it, but even so. Okay. Oh my god. Zeke and Shinku team up. I conceded and followed Ezekiel out of the shower block quietly. I was apprehensive, but I just hoped we wouldn't get caught. If you told me this morning I'd be colluding with Ezekiel of all people, I wouldn't believe you at all. But life seems to always find a way to surprise you. Ah, there he is. Just down the hall. We got him. Let's stay here in the corner. We don't want him spotting us. He seems to be carrying something. The fuck is that? I don't know. He's so far away it's practically impossible to get a good look. He's going up the stairs. We should probably follow him. We don't want to lose sight of him. Okay, but we can't go through the canteen. Lyra and Dr. Elias are in there currently. I think he's going in there to antagonize them or some shit. Seems to be all he does these days. Although, the other day when me and Dr. Elias were first sorting out the farming patches, the weirdest thing happened. He came and helped us with the farming, made sure we did it all properly so the vegetables wouldn't die. What? That's weird as hell. Is he really that stupid? What's the point of taking away the food restocks and helping us get food anyway? Is he dumb? I don't think so. Not in that way, at least. But I can't figure out why he did it. I feel like I can't get a read on anything he does these days. Then again, recently, nothing anyone does seems to make any sense to me. Welcome to my world. One day you'll be all buddy-buddy with someone, next day they'll be screaming slurs at you in an attack therapy just because you pushed in front of them during lunch. Weird-ass world we live in. Makes it a lot easier to just want to fuck it all day and never connect with anyone again. And yet you still did, huh? Guess it felt like less of a prison here than it did back there. But focus, Sam. Keep your eyes on him. He should be far away enough that we can slip into the hallway without being spotted. Alright. Try to shut up a bit more, got it? If you keep running that mouth of yours, we're bound to get caught. But you're the one doing most of the talking? Shit. You're right. Sam, sew my mouth shut. We quietly snuck our way up the stairs to the hallway, but when we did... Shit, no sign of him. We lost him. Maybe this is where his exit is. Fat chance. There's so little here, I think we'd have noticed it long ago if it was in this hallway. More like he went down to the common room, to Emily's office, or to the canteen. Yeah, we can't exactly go through the canteen right now, because, you know. Guess our plan here is a little limited. If his exit point is on the west side of the lab, we won't be able to follow him anyway. The only way over there is through the canteen. And I don't think Dr. Elias would be pleased to know we're snooping about. I just don't know where we go from here. We could try looking in the common room or office. And if he's not there, well, there is one way to get to the west side without going through the canteen. Fuck is that? Well, it's a little, morbid, but remember Taka? Oh. Oh, fuck, no, I'm not doing that. That would be insane. Weren't you the one talking about stepping up and doing things to make sure the people you care about get out of here alive? To make it up to them for being shitty? Well, I'm not getting all swept up in the sewage system, especially not after we just lost our washing machines. You already smell horrendous anyway, Ezekiel. Really wouldn't make much of a difference. Oh, so now you've suddenly grown a spine and are more than happy to say this shit to my face, huh? Ezekiel, be quiet. You're going to... What exactly is going on out here? Well, this is a sight and a half. We're, watching gay porn? Fuck. No, I'm gay now, fuck. He started it. It was clear Ezekiel still had a long way to go before he'd fully changed. I didn't start anything! You two should be in the shower room doing your designated task instead of sticking around and getting into pointless arguments. Dr. Elias, I promise you, we were just taking a small break. We were going to head back. We were just trying to follow. If we all blatantly ignored our responsibilities in labor here, this prison would fall apart before we knew it. Only with collaboration can we survive this. Yeah, right, I think the prison is going to be fine if you have to wait one more day for clean laundry. I don't think that's going to kill anyone. It's the principle of it. I think you're being a little too harsh here. If I'm not harsh when it comes to this, then before I know it, all of my attempts to maintain order here will be undermined. You cannot afford to lose this final chance at survival, no matter what. I'm doing this for the good of everyone. Or are you just doing it to protect your own integrity? Huh? Fu stepped out from the stairs leading to the common room, out into the hallway, looking at the group of us gathered. If you make enough good decisions now, enough decisions to save as many people as possible, do you really think it'll make up for that one terrible decision you made just a few weeks ago? That's not what No, I need to stay calm in this situation. I'm not bothering with anything you have to say. It's all unproductive and only said with the intention of provoking us. Elias, Kutsuke, can you at least tell me what you two are doing out here? Why did you stop doing your task? I looked over at Ezekiel and then over at Fu. Even if it didn't work out this time, there was a chance following Fu might still work in the future. We couldn't possibly disclose what we were doing in front of him. Then he'd grow wise to it, if he hadn't already. In a shocking moment of common sense for Ezekiel, I think he recognized it too. We're trying to get to the medicine storage to swap a bottle of the iron tablets you gave us for painkillers. I wanted to make sure we had some stashed away for last sake, and Asu's injury if ever made true on her threat of revoking them. I wanted to give them to them both, so they'd have complete control over that stuff, no matter what. It felt like he could have made a lie that would have gotten him less scrutiny, but anything less than that would have probably been caught out due to how we reacted to getting caught. And you were in on this too, Kutsuke? Yes. I'm disappointed. I thought at least you would trust me enough to not undermine my authority. I'm sorry. I would never intentionally do something that would put any of you in danger. I do not know how many times I need to say it before you understand it. All I'm trying to do is ensure we all stay alive for as long as possible. That's not an unreasonable goal of mine, if you ask me. But there's a difference between living and thriving. All of us can only really thrive when we're out of this environment. If we have to wait here for months until the rescue party comes, then that's just what we'll have to do. At what point do you give it up and realize they're not coming? If no one's found us by now, they've probably stopped looking. It's better than mindlessly slaughtering someone. But to ensure that we need to all collaborate, I need you all to trust me. A small breach like this is not the end of the world. You're right, but it sets a precedent for being uncooperative, which could be detrimental in the future. I'm not happy about being brought to that point, but I'll be reducing your portions further for lunch and dinner today. What the fuck? I hope that helps you to reconsider your actions and be more mindful about complying in the future. That's crazy, we barely did shit! Yeah, no, what the hell? Isn't this the very thing you said you weren't going to do? If you're going to perceive me as unreasonable and authoritarian no matter what I do, then I might as well be as strict as you believe me to be. Allura? You're fucking stupid. I do not want to do this, but I cannot in good conscience allow things to fall apart here. We need to maintain an order or someone will die. And I cannot allow that. Not again. Dr. Elias, please. That is all I have to say to you. Now resume your washing, or at least complete what you've started. We'll be reconvening shortly in the canteen. I'll see you again then. Shadel, come, let us continue our task. Right, yeah, sure. Dr. Elias turned and walked back into the canteen. Lara lingered behind her for a little bit, mouthing us a thank you before she slipped away after her. The hell is her issue? That was quite a lot. I feel awful, like I've upset a teacher. Psh, don't feel bad. I knew Asu was right about her. She was probably just stressed. You did make it sound like we were trying to do something pretty severe. I said what I had to say. What were you actually trying to do? Nanya. What's that? None your business, jackass. Go back to having your tongue deeper in a bottle of whiskey than it ever was inside your ex-wife. That was immature and stupid. Ezekiel flipped him off as the two of us walked off. But it was oddly nice to not have that trick used on me this time. Not that I'd fall for it again. But I was a little dumbfounded at how harsh Dr. Elias was being. But in her defense, she must be under a lot of pressure. I just didn't really appreciate having my portions further reduced. We returned to have it back to the washing room to wrap up our work and didn't talk too much. But Ezekiel did say one last thing to me. Guess we'll just have to try again another time. We can't, we'll get in trouble. Don't be a coward. I don't care if we have to starve. We gotta get out of this place, man. Yeah, sure, why the hell not? Okay, I really like them warming up to each other. It makes me feel happy. It makes me happy. The meeting, when we reconvened, was a little awkward, but I sucked it up and took my punishment without making much of a fuss. I knew even if Ezekiel was trying better now to not let his verdict get to his head, he was still Ezekiel at the end of the day, and he would absolutely kick up a fuss about it at tonight's meeting when we were away from the prying eyes of Dr. Elias. He felt her gaze heavily on me throughout the meeting. I could not but feel like I'd done something wrong by breaking her trust like that. But even more so, I noticed Fu was looking at me after the meeting, when I made my way back to my cell. Couldn't quite read what was in his eyes, but my hunger and tiredness made me unwilling to engage with him at the moment. It was just clear there was something he'd considered saying to me. Maybe he had noticed me and Ezekiel sneaking around earlier. Either way, I tried not to think too hard about it. I had the afternoon off to spare before dinner and the evening meeting. I would just spend it hunkered down, but I wanted to do something to distract myself from my current state of hunger. Maybe I could find someone to talk to? 47. Yeah, anybody in here? Anybody down here? No? Hi, Ezekiel. What the hell do you want? You know, even if some of you majorly piss me off, I do still like watching you. Thanks. It sounds stupid as hell, but when Takiko was alive, she and Asuka used to have these sleepovers constantly. I liked watching them. Sometimes I'd... Never mind. I won't judge. This doesn't leave the room, got it? Right, of course. To watch them to feel like I was there with them. I always thought they looked fun. It was nice being in the anti-ultimate movement and finally having friends my age, but we were all pretty dedicated to the cause and, well, everything. Never really got a chance to be a typical teenage girl and do all that girly sleepover crap. So it was nice to feel like I was part of it for a bit, even if I wasn't. It's actually kinda... Say it one more time and you'll get a sweet, sweet knuckle sandwich to the face. Who says knuckle sandwich anymore? My bad, forgot you're more of a feet guy. Excuse me? Oh well, you know, with all the bootlicking you do. Yeah, you can insult me all you like. It's not going to make me leave. I really do hate you. Just make sure the sleepover thing doesn't leave the room, okay? I'm serious about that. It's already hard enough reminding myself I wasn't there. Sometimes I end up slipping up and feeling way closer to Asuka than I actually am. I have no idea about any of it. Maybe I idolize Asuka a little bit too much. I know they kinda suck, but I guess I sort of wish that I was plucked out of that hospital and taken into their little world. I think I would have liked that. Anything would have been better than what I grew up in. Well, whatever. It was a pretty stupid thing to do. I know that, but at least I'm not doing it anymore. You're only not doing it because Takio is dead. If you thought it was stupid in the first place, then why did you do it? I've been almost completely isolated since I got here. It was nice for a little bit, to feel a little less alone. You know, if you do want to talk, I am here. Do you seriously think out of everyone here I want to talk to her brother? I don't understand what the hell you think you're going to get out of continuing to talk to me. I guess we'll see. Okay, so I do know. I don't know how many conversations she has, but I'm gonna be really upset if I miss the ending because I missed the first one. It's gonna make me cry. Anyway, it's time to try to find Fu. Oh, that was easy. Oh, 50! Talking to her raises my popularity. Ah, Blondie. Just the person I wanted to see. What do you want, Wang? Ah, no need to be so blunt. Really, I thought we could have a nice little one-on-one as friends, you know? Really, truly, I mean no harm. If you believe the doc when she says that, you can believe me too, no? You're keeping us trapped in a death game. Water under the bridge. It's a matter of perspective, really. I'm keeping the world out there trapped away from you all. It's noble. I'm doing everyone a favor. You can put our silly little differences aside, I'm sure. I just want to ask one teeny tiny thing. What were you and the loud kid actually doing earlier? Huh? Because there's no way it was what you said it was. I know that for sure. You don't need to know what we're doing. If you're that curious, go look at the cameras, but you're not getting it out of me, no matter what you do. It's rare to see such resistance from you, of all people, kid. Usually you fold immediately. Sure, I could get it from the cameras, but getting you to admit it yourself is more fun, you know? You can't watch the cameras, can you? Besides, now I'm curious how far I can push this before you break. Before you admit what you were doing. If you of all people are this resistant, it must be juicy. Come, sit down with me. I want to see how resistant you've really become. Let's have a little chat. But you're not going to get anything out of me, I hope you know that. Whatever you say, kid. It was a mystery even to myself why I was bothering to waste time on Fu. I already knew I'd reap very little insight from this. It wasn't like I had any lingering affection for him that compelled me to keep returning. Maybe I was just hoping he'd slip up at one point or another if I pushed him enough. Sheesh. You look real serious there, kid. Maybe you should have some brandy. Might loosen you up a bit. No thanks. You're no fun at all. I'd rather be sound of mind than fun. Don't give me that shit, kid. Life's too short. You gotta enjoy the golden years while you're still young. Sounds to me you were perfectly happy drinking away your golden years provided Hope's Peak paid your bar tab. As soon as their funding slipped away, then you suddenly started having all these problems with them. Funny that. No, I've known they were shitty from the start. Sure, I took advantage of my position, but who doesn't? I didn't. Really now? Everyone else does it. I knew that from the start. I was never starry-eyed or oblivious. I knew what I was getting into. No point trying to act morally righteous or like I was better than it all. Is that not what you're doing now? Funny, what, funny? All I'm doing is trying to turn a profit and maybe a few heads in the process. Heh. I don't believe it's just that. See, it doesn't matter what I tell ya. You're still not fucking satisfied. So it's not worth thinking too hard about why I'm doing this. Just know I am. If I was honest about anything, it's the fact that I definitely am a criminal. Just like the rest of you. Honest that you're a criminal, not honest that you're the mastermind. Interesting. In fact, I only got my talent through my crime, you know? Well, I can't imagine you're ever exactly the type of person Hope's Peak wanted to platform. You don't know that, kid. I was quite the charmer in my youth. I find that quite hard to believe. At the very least, I knew how to smooth talk. You'd be surprised how far that can take ya. Oh well, just knowing when to take an opportunity. With you, I think it's more like exploiting an opportunity than taking it. Whatever you want to call it, it's good business at the end of the day. I just want to know how you can live with yourself. Because everyone's really just as bad as me. People can pretend to be righteous all they like, grounded and human and all that shit. But at the end of the day, most people are really only looking out for themselves. Can't even really blame them. It only becomes an issue when people start to see others' lives as disposable compared to their own. Is that not what you're doing now? You have no idea how valuable this whole thing has made your lives, kid. When I got my town through this politician who'd stopped connecting with anyone, he'd got so caught up in the rat race he was more concerned with how he looked to others than how he looked to himself. He tried to save face however he could, throw money at the problem, prioritize spectacle over being genuine. It was all mind games to him. Look connected to the traditional status quo those above him who benefited from it above him wanted to maintain. Show he had the power and influence to source something practically illegal. Looked like a traditional family man, doing all this for his son. His son's death was the best goddamn thing that ever happened to him. To him, he was bought from me. What he brought for me was nothing more than a status symbol dressed in faux sentimentality. But he made a fatal mistake. Want to know what it was, kid? What? He'd gotten so caught up in the affairs of billionaires he started seeing ordinary people as just statistics to sway. When you reach a certain amount of power, make enough people complicit, you think you can do anything without consequence. Guess he never thought a hick like me would have the guts to blackmail him. Of course he didn't. If he was that powerful and already willing to do something legal, surely he could have just killed you. I was willing to take him down with me if he tried. I deserved to die just as much as he did. I didn't fear it. So you were willing to become just as bad as he was? I already was. I mean, I was the one who carried out his request in the first place. I've seen the worst of humanity, kid. I've seen just what people will do and how many people will do it, just because they think they can get away with it. I've met the worst kinds of people. I've had to grin and shake hands with them and try my damnedest not to dig my nails into their skin. That's why I've got no qualms about being ingenuine myself. I'm not ashamed of how shitty of a person I really am. 'Cause I'm far from the worst. I'm just open about what I'm like. Just because everyone else is ingenuine, that doesn't give you an excuse to be horrible yourself. Sincerity isn't exactly a hot commodity these days. It's rare to meet anyone who's actually good or properly cares about anything they say. All these fake, starry-eyed wannabe activists spend hours policing what others can and can't say online. But they still order takeout from a company funding kids getting mindlessly slaughtered. People are all superficial talk to look good publicly, but no actual individual action. They've become so comfortable being powerless that they'll just let anything happen, as long as it's not happening too close to them. I wonder what they'll do when it's finally knocking at their front door. But all that to say, not many truly good people left out there, if any at all. We're all selfish. Maybe that's just what being human is. Those who do try and be genuine or sincere either get eaten up, disillusioned, or exhaust themselves seeing how little anyone else really seems to give a shit. There's a lot of people who'd say they're insincere, say they're genuine, but most of the time they're only acting good to save face. There's not a single good person in this prison as far as I'm concerned, including you and me. Good parts? Sure. But ultimately, when cameras are involved, everyone's suddenly curating themselves to seem as empathetic as possible. Really, it's impressive how no one here is the ultimate actor or whatever. I don't think you could entirely fake half the connections and emotions, well, and, well, relationships that everyone here has formed with one another. Sure, maybe people are adjusting their behavior for the cameras, but what I felt for those who died, what I felt when Ismene broke that pin, I know what I felt then was real. I couldn't possibly have faked that. No one could fake all those connections. I could never fake that I care from the care I felt for Molly or Dracul or even Mint. Can't speak for everyone, but personally, I haven't really given a shit about any of you since the day I arrived. I could act like I actually gave a shit if Bo had died if I wanted to maintain the image of a misguided father, but there's not much point in that now. Then what about Takiko? Huh? I'm asking. What about her? Was all that care you felt for her fake as well? Yeah, of course it was. Jesus, that was a loud-ass sneeze. Kinda hurt. I couldn't give less of a shit about her. Really? You kids are so gullible. I don't know why you're still clinging to this idea of me as someone who secretly got a soft side to him. Someone who doesn't want any of the young girls to get hurt. I already told you I'm no misguided father. It was all part of the act, and if you fell for it, that's on you. I don't believe you for 1 second. Spectacle. I was a little apprehensive to be sneaking about this much after Dr. Elias's earlier punishment, but I found myself heading to the night meetings regardless, not wanting to let the others down. But when I entered the warden's office, I was met with an odd sight. Where's Amelia? No sign of her. It's a little confusing, honestly. Oh, no. Oh, well, it's not like we can't use the space if she's not here. It feels a little invasive, but I guess you're right. I'm just a little worried. Maybe she's in the room connected to this one? I mean, she can't leave this office unless it's to go to the trial grounds or that staff room she says she has. If you think that staff room is the one Fruit can access? That would make sense. Either way, we should proceed to our discussions as normal. Yeah, let's. I got a bunch to say. I don't know if you picked up on it earlier, but me and Sam are real skimped on at lunch today. Our portions were fucking ridiculous. All of ours were small, but I know it's tough, but at least we're all getting the same amount. We're in this together. No, she intentionally gave them less. She's exercising her authority over whatever. This is just the start of more bullshit, if you ask me. Huh? What? Why? That's not fair. It was punishment for stepping out of line. It was ridiculous, that's what it was. Me and Sam stopped doing our work for like 10 minutes tops, to try to follow Fu around to try to figure out where exactly the staff rooms are and how he accesses them. She got us in the hallway and threw a fit and started talking about how much her trust had been broken. Then gave us less for lunch and dinner today on purpose to teach us a lesson. That's not what you said earlier. We didn't want to say what we really were doing in front of Phil. Then he'd be certain to be more careful and make sure he wasn't being followed. If you'd just be honest, I'm sure she wouldn't have flipped her lid half as much as she did. Besides, what's the point of following Phil? It's likely the staff room entrance is in the warden's office, and Amelia can access it freely. She can't really leave this place. Well, okay, well, you do make a smart point there. I wanted to do something today. Pisses me off feeling like we can't do anything. All I've been doing since my verdict is making people's lives more difficult. Something's gotta change. I gotta do something worth something at some point. If Alora is dishing out punishments for even minor infractions, it might be time we do something. Well, let's not be too rash. Dude, you say that every time. Expecting her to be perfect all the time and pointing out every small slip-up and making it into a big thing is just going to make her more stressed. It'll lead to her being more extreme. I really think it wouldn't hurt to have a little more empathy here. She killed Taka! I know that, but... I shouldn't say it, but... If Ezekiel can give me scrutiny for mourning Dracul, but not Asuga for mourning her, I think... Takiko killed Molly, but you can't bring yourself to hate her, can you? I don't want to hear what you have to say about this, Shinkyu. You were horrible to her in her final moments. She tried to frame him. I know because I was upset. I was emotional because I couldn't quite deal with Molly being gone. And it all hit very close to home, thinking I killed her. But now I can't look back on it, and I can realize that even if I cannot ever know Takiko or really forgive her for what she did to Molly, if I can be empathetic to Dracul's circumstances while still acknowledging the wrong he did, then I can acknowledge the wrong Takiko did while still knowing she was worthy of understanding and empathy. And I can understand that she was in pain, that the circumstances she was in weren't ideal, that I could have done better in that situation. It isn't about the could'ves, it's about what you're doing now. Right, and now I don't want to make the same mistake again. I want to give Allura that benefit of the doubt. I want to trust in her. She tried to starve you. She tried to starve Z, someone I care about. I'm not going to stand by and let anyone I care about suffer. No way, not again. So you can either stop making excuses or... Hey. Good, you're still here. Stepping out of the elevator stepped Amelia, 2 plastic bags in her arms. Whatever have you got in those? They look ridiculously heavy. You're hungry, aren't you? Why'd you ask? Are you hungry or not? It's a simple question. Answer it. Well, yeah. Then eat. Whatever do you? Eat. Why should we trust food from you? Do you want my food or not? It's take it or leave it. I'm trying to do something nice here. Right, yes, of course. We'll take it. I'm really fearing for her life here. Wait, hang on. I was about to say, there's no way this is a good idea. Oh, please, just swallow your pride and take it. I'm starving. No, I say we only accept it on one condition. What's that? You share it with us. Fine. Amelia laid out all the food she'd brought out, and we all settled down to eat it. It had only been a few days, but it was so nice to have so much food after how restrictive our meals had been recently. When we were all sitting around eating the food together, it almost felt like we were a family. The whole room became a lot less tense. Aww, this song.
It's all I could find, so you better be happy with it.
It's more than enough, Amelia. Thank you so much.
Shit, are those angel slices? I haven't had those since I was a kid.
They're far too sweet for my tastes.
I like this. Amelia, okay, I really think Amelia is going to join in this trial or the next.
I'd kill to eat anything at this point. Oh, let's just tuck in.
Dude, you already demolished half the cocktail sausages while Amelia was unpacking them.
Oh, shut up! You don't get between a man and his sausages.
You can say that again.
Kai, stop. Ew. You're the worst.
This is really lovely. Thank you, Amelia.
Whatever. I just don't think anyone deserves to go hungry, ultimate scum or not.
You like us, admit it.
No one deserves to have an empty stomach.
It's just nice to have a meal that isn't all tense.
Well, at the very least, it's less tense meal than usual.
It's nice to have a proper meal for once. Full stop.
You can say that again. It's easy enough to not eat shit if you're just gonna sit around and do hot girl shit, but it sucks when you've actually got stuff you gotta do but no fuel in your system.
But we'll get through it together, I'm sure.
I do hope so. Even if we have our issues, it's good we can at least unite over this.
As long as we don't let things get to our head and divide us, I think we'll be good. I mean, shit, 4 days into the motive and we haven't torn each other apart yet? That's pretty good for our standards.
Is the bar really that low?
Happy 4-day, we don't hate each other enough to brutally murder one another, I guess. Anniversary, guys! Let's make it through a week.
For goodness sake, don't be silly. We'll make it to far more than a week if we're sensible.
Especially about our verdicts.
Sigurd pouted a bit and turned their attention to Ezekiel, who looked down shamefully for a moment before gradually moving his gaze to Lyra. Despite how close we were sitting together, I could practically feel how vast the distance was getting between the two of them.
Hey, Lie,
Yeah?
wanna break up?
Oh!
Yeah, I think that would be for the best. Took you long enough.
Yeah, I know. But, even if we don't, kiss on the mouth and stuff anymore, wanna still be friends?
Zeke character arc goes hard.
Only if you take off those dumbass sunglasses and see things for what they are now.
Yeah. I think I can do that.
Then it's good to have you back, dumbass.
For what it's worth, Lie, I'm sorry for hurting you.
Nah, it's okay. Not the worst a guy's done. You're good. It's not a big deal.
Well, it's a big fucking deal to me. I don't want to be that kind of guy. No way. It's guys like that who turn people like me into chumps who kick others down just to feel strong. It's so pointless and stupid. It's a wonder you put up with me like that for so long.
Well, I guess I was just used to it.
Well, you better raise your fucking standards and get used to that instead.
Then I'll be expecting 5-star treatment from now on. Like, I'm talking pedicures and all that shit.
No chance? Don't test your luck.
Oh, come on! You let me test out my blue polish on you. It's not that hard to do vice versa.
What? Hey, don't tell the others that. That was between us. And just 'cause you'd be annoying if I didn't agree.
I think you're just mad that blue wasn't your color.
Oh, shut up.
Immediately it seemed the tension between the two lessened, the warmth returning between them that had dissipated before.
What are those two on about?
They speak their own language. Don't worry about it too much.
This seems like a positive, at least?
You ultimates make no sense to me. I'd kill myself if I was so detached my own actions were so incomprehensible to anyone else. You're all weird.
You're a bit of a weirdo yourself. Helping a bunch of, ultimate scum like this.
Sure you're not going to get in trouble for this or something?
Only if I get caught.
Shit, you really risked this for us?
This was more for me than you. Don't get it twisted. You guys can starve for all I care.
Wasn't what you were saying earlier.
Shut up and be grateful. You guys are impossible. Can't I do something nice for once? Fuck you.
Hey.
This is far more about my own moral code than any of you assholes.
We're calling Asu an asshole when they gave you that marshmallow.
Yeah, you know, your face was actually pretty red.
One more word, and you'll be the next body to be discovered, I swear to God.
Whatever you wish to tell yourself. Just don't complain to us when whatever bad crowd you've gotten yourself mixed up with outside of here won't take your back for siding with the enemy.
Your perception of the movement is so baffling it's almost upsetting. You have no idea about anything for someone supposedly so smart.
Either way, guess you've really fallen into a bad crowd if you're helping people like us, huh?
And just like that, Amelia did something I'd never expect. Aww. A wide smile crossed Amelia's face as Asuka said that. It felt like the first time I'd ever seen her genuinely happy.
Yes, I have.
In the original version of Antebellum, Amelia was my favorite character. Oh shit, I didn't read that. While I was apprehensive about being so kind to Amelia, it was nice how much she was doing for us. Maybe I should have given you more grace too. Amelia, what is this play? What are you doing? Hello, Emmy! How are you doing today? Mananeko! Hey! Did I startle you? Are you hiding something? Goodness, there's a lot of empty food packets. Someone was hungry, huh? Guess it's nice to finally gorge yourself after so much malnutrition, Yeah! Oh, don't give me that look. I'm here to give you support and comfort, like always. I'm just bracing myself for the next murder. I can feel it happening soon. It's never long after you introduce a motive. It's exciting, isn't it? It's something, alright. Don't tell me you're getting cold feet now. It would be more bearable if you didn't put such long gaps between the motives. You give them just enough time to get close and form meaningful bonds before ripping that away from them. It's hard to watch, I guess. Hey, it's okay, it'll just make our message stronger, and that's what you're doing this all for. Our message, remember? Just a little longer now, Emmy. This movement needs you. You can keep going, can't you? You have to. I know this is getting a little tough, but we chose you specifically. We gave you all the security you wanted and the tools to really make some change in the world. Everyone will celebrate you when it's done, Amelia. People will finally give you the open arms you will always crave, but been too scared to accept. Only you can do this, you know? It would be a shame if you picked wrong. We're all depending on you. We're all depending on you. Just a few more deaths left until the game wraps up. Just a little more pain is needed to create the world you always wanted. The world everyone needs. If we chose you specially and managed to somehow mess this up, we'd be very disappointed. We were walking back through the hallways following the feasting. I was conflicted on how I felt about it, but was also just glad to be fed. She's a strange one, isn't she? Good, she's opening up though, isn't it? If you can appeal to her, then it might help us get more control over the situation at large, or a better idea of what's really going on here. I suppose so. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to keep getting closer to her. Well, at least it's better than having to suck up to wait. Speak of the devil. Huh? Passed out in the middle of the hallway, slumped against the wall, reeking of alcohol. Was Fu.
What the hell?
Is he?
He's totally passed out.
The fuck is he doing like this?
It looks like he drank too much. He reeks of booze.
But he's never drunk this much before. Why would he black out somewhere other than his cell?
Yeah, even Fu doesn't get this publicly drunk.
This has to be a trap. We should just leave.
Yeah, but...
A terrible thought crossed my mind. I don't think I was the only one.
He's pretty, vulnerable right now. We could.
That would be pretty simple to do when he is like this.
But if he killed him, would the game really even end? I mean, there's still Mononeko, there's still Amelia.
There's the getting out thing.
God knows there's probably other staff around here we don't know about.
But isn't it worth a try?
We all stood in awkward, tense silence for a moment, considering it. It would be extremely easy, but...
No. No, we couldn't possibly. It's far too risky.
Right. Yeah. There's no way.
We all flinched for a second as we heard a groan come out of Fu, all of us staying very still and very silent, getting ready to dash away at any moment. But only one thing came out of Fu's mouth, weak and mumbled.
Pig tails?
He seemed to pass out once again, clearly not in any state to do anything else. We all exchanged glances, a little confused as to where to go at this point. What was the best thing to do in this situation? Before we had time to come up with an answer, we heard a voice from behind us.
Well, well, well. Old habits really do die hard.
Hey, man, can you, not beat us up this time? We'll just go. It was him, the janitor. I guess it was no surprise who arrived, given how late it was at night, but it was weird to see him so frequently. Ah, it's you. Who else would it be? The doctor? I think she's far too busy listening to something else right now. What do you mean by that? Go find out yourself if you're so curious. Just don't come blaming me before your execution if it makes you want to kill her. Well, that was concerning. Definitely wasn't going to make the others' opinions of her any better, even if it ended up being nothing. Before we could question him any further, he moved over to Fu and let out an annoying grumble under his breath. He hasn't changed one bit. What? Do you know him? We were in the same class back at Hope's Peak, all those years back. Never liked the guy, but he was always doing this. Getting an eye on life, reaping all the benefits his town gave him and spoiling himself rotten. Then injuring himself to the point he was throwing up and rambling nonsense about how none of us had any idea what it was like. Crying about feeling unfulfilled or whatever, because own issues everyone's problem. Unfulfilled? What? He was always the type to chase the next high, drink the most, gamble the most, go all in, buy the biggest, flashiest watch. Go for the prettiest, sharpest girl in the bar and cut everyone off to settle down and play house for a few years. Like he could ever be capable of that after everything he'd done, acting so superior to the rest of us. Then throw a fit when all that money he sucked out of everyone and everything he could didn't suddenly buy him happiness, or fix his marriage, or make him normal. Acting like the whole world was fucked up and ranting about it, like he wasn't benefiting from those very things he despised. All his misery was self-inflicted, and yet he acted like I was the hypocrite. Huh? No wonder they said he got his talent through underhanded means. Well, that's not really a surprise. Most of what he does is pretty underhanded. Most of what he does is stupid, nonsensical, and foolish. The janitor groaned as he hoisted the salesman onto his shoulders, almost buckling under his weight. And yet he acts like everyone else are idiots compared to him. Do you need help carrying him? Please, he's clearly let himself go in more ways than one. I really wasn't expecting to spend my Sunday evening lugging Fu Wang back to his cell with a janitor, of all people. But for some reason, that's what we all found ourselves doing. And for some reason, unbeknownst to me and going against all common sense, as the others all made their way back to their own cells, crashing for the night with a mix of confusion and apprehension due to the events of the last hour, I found myself sitting on the floor of Fu Wang's cell, having agreed to keep an eye on him and interrogate him about everything in the morning. I kept my eyes on him and kept on him as he slept, thinking back to the janitor's words about him. Self-inflicted misery, huh? I wondered if he felt like he ought to enjoy everything he was given, felt like he deserved to exploit his position to the fullest. But in the end, his humanity caught up to him, keeping him stuck in a loop of hating himself for being part of the same cycle that had made him growing up so tough, that had made growing up so tough for him. Guess we were all the same, perpetuating others' struggles for an easier life. But it's hard to think about it too hard, to decide if you definitively have earned that right. Especially when you start to realize that's probably how the people who hurt you justify the pain they put onto you. It's hard, isn't it? There's really no clear answers. Unless you completely blind yourself, that is. The Curious Case of Ezekiel Elias, Tape 5. Please make your case for the jury.
I never thought I did anything wrong. The world has fucked me over as long as I remember. There's nothing about this dump that's fair in the slightest. So I thought, it didn't fucking matter what I did. Everyone else was shitty. So what's the difference if I am too? To me, pushing others down, exerting your power, trying to climb to the top, that's just part of being human. Back when I was getting beaten up daily in that hellhole, I always grit my teeth and told myself I'd be the one on top someday. I'd be the one people would be scared of eventually. If I died in the process, then I didn't give a shit. What's the point in continuing to live in a world that'll fuck you over at every opportunity? And I got there. I got to the top.
And did it fulfill you?
It should've.
But did it?
I thought it did.
But did it?
No. Not at all. It didn't make me happy at all. It was all pointless in the end. Hell was I chasing? Some vague idea of masculinity? Power? I don't even know at this stage. Whatever it was, it all feels so hollow and stupid now. But I can't admit that. God knows I can't admit that.
Why not?
Because what was the point of becoming just as shitty as the people who hurt me if it was all for something so meaningless? I was just doing the exact same thing they did. The thing that fucked me up so badly. The type of people that made Michael, that made him. I was just repeating the same goddamn things. I was keeping it going. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like them. And everyone just acted like it was great. Like it was fine. Like it was just me being me. That it should be celebrated, actually. No wonder the world is this screwed up if this sort of behavior is rewarded. When you're praised for hurting others, as long as you've got the talent to back it up. No wonder that school was able to stay open for so long. No wonder no one gave a shit I was practically being tortured for being a normal teenager. People just let this shit slip through the cracks. Don't give me, of all people, excuses. Don't give me kindness. Especially compared to those who deserved it more. That's the kind of shit that let it all get swept under the rug. What the hell is wrong with people?
You're not any different. You liked it.
I just liked it. Because no one was hurting me, aside from myself. It was all me on top. And people loved me.
But did you feel it?
What did it matter? Who needed it? Who needed love? Everyone I invested in fucking disappears anyway. They abandoned me. Or let me down, or...
You pushed them away.
So what if I do? If I push them away first, then I never have to get attached. And I never have to feel shitty when they eventually ditch me. Just like everyone else. Just like Michael, or...
Don't say Mint. But not him.
Mint was different. He still died on me. He died on me
Oh my
before
God.
anyone else even got a chance to know what he was really like. And now they all act like I'm crazy when I was the only one who really knew him in the first place. And I'll never forgive him for that. I'll never forgive him for leaving me alone with that. For leaving someone like me alive instead of him.
And not her, either.
I just didn't want her to leave.
Lyra or Laura. No, Lyra or Asuka are so fucked.
Can you even really blame me? Everyone was acting like she couldn't make her own decisions. They were trying to make ones for her. They just wanted control over her.
Lyra is so fucked. You were doing the same.
I was just trying to make sure someone didn't get walked all over again. That their voice was heard. So if Lyra did die, at least people wouldn't use some fake idea of what she was like to justify their actions.
Is she fucked?
If someone did that, I couldn't hold myself back.
She said if Fly did die, so I don't know. That's not it.
No. No, who am I kidding? That isn't it. Of course it's not. After Mint, I couldn't take it. I didn't want to be alone. I couldn't stand it. I'm such a hypocrite. I hated how quickly I got attached to Lyra, and how much I needed her to not leave me. Maybe that's why I hated what Shinku was doing with Molly. I saw too much of myself in that. I thought that if I wasn't careful, that could be us too.
You said Chinku, not Sam.
And if there's one person I hate more than Sam, it's
you.
I wanted her to be there, no matter what. Even if she did
Is she
end up
dead?
hating me. I knew she'd hate me. I knew it. But even so...
Okay, I'm on copium. I'm on copium because this is trying to lead us to believe that Lyra is dead.
At least if she hated me, I'd still be important to her somehow. At least she'd be alive. That was better than her being gone to me. As selfish as that is. But I held her way too close. God, that bruise on her wrist. I didn't know how much harm I could do without even meaning to. It horrified me. I hated it.
I'm on so much copium right now, but, like, this really wants us to believe that Lyra is dead. You hate yourself.
Shut up. I want to make things right. I want to let go. I want to let her decide for herself. I know that's best for her. As terrifying as that is for me.
I was saying that they could have killed Fu to escape, to get one person to escape, but I kind of forgot that they chose the accomplice one.
I just want to make things right.
Hey, it's the Shirley line.
But it's too late, isn't it? What can I even do now? I've tried. I've really tried. I'm just scared. I'm scared. I don't want her to go. I don't want to fuck things over more than I ever have. I know it's selfish. I know the tighter I hold on to her, the more I'm gonna hurt her. I've heard that enough from Asu and Isabel. Trust me. But still, even if I could never say it out loud, even if it's selfish and stupid and childish,
Say it.
don't you dare leave me too. That would be even worse than just being alone in the first place.
How cute.
If I died now, I don't think anyone would be willing to die with me.
Are you the killer? No. Can't be. And whose fault is that? Can I save? Yes, okay. Well, I will see you all next time when we, Shinku, interrogates old fuck fart foo. Bye!